All right, let's see. Headset and microphone. Headset. Okay. There you go. Hello. Oh wow! Look at that. Well, good thing I tested it, huh? Oh wow! Look at that. All right. So, well, good thing I tested it, huh? All right. So now we're good, Hugo. Now we're good. I was actually almost talking to myself there for about half an hour, but that's okay. Um, guys, look, we are. This is something that, like I said, it's something to grow your business. Bizmate is a business in a box. That's what it is. It's a business in a box, and it will allow you. Okay, it will allow you to basically um start your business. This is something that's gonna be from it's gonna be like the foundation of your business. That's what it's gonna be. The foundation of your business. And with the foundation, let's see, such viewers experience buffering. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to that real quick. And I really like how everything just flows pretty much. All right, I think we're good there. All right, so like I was saying, okay, YouTube. Let's see. Okay, like I was saying, pretty much, pretty much, Bizmate is the foundation of your business. So it's practically a business in a box. You're gonna have all the tools for your business to succeed. I will show you all those tools. Now, when you go to bizmate.work, right on the website, you're gonna see this is what you're gonna see at first. It's gonna be uh the logo. It's gonna say business in a box and all the tools that you need uh for your business, right? And then you're gonna see a screenshot of a sample of the account. Once you log in, it's showing you practically the screenshot of what you're gonna see when you log in. So this is gonna be like your dashboard, and all your if you have employees, when they log into their employee portal, this is the first thing that they're gonna see. Okay, they're gonna see the clock in, the clock out, and all that stuff. They're not gonna see upgrade plan because that's only for you as a business owner. You only see that. They're not gonna see that. Okay, they're gonna see a clock in and clock out button. That's what they will see. They're also going to see their the shift schedule. They're going to see that. They're going to see their time logs, the task. If you assign any project or any task to your employees, they're going to be right there. Even if you assign any project or any task to yourself, they're going to be right there. Okay. So it'll keep you on point on what's going on with your business and your projects and your tasks along with your time logs, with the timesheets. As you can see on the menu from the left, you're going to see dashboard, leads, clients, HR, work, finance, orders, tickets, events, message, notice board, knowledge base, and there is so much more that you could keep scrolling down. So many more modules with tools that'll help you for your business. Now, this does have two apps. It does have the Android app on the Android store, on the Google Play Store. If you look for Bizmate, you could install the app on the Google Play Store. For the iPhone, all you have to do is visit bizmate.work and it'll prompt you on showing you. It'll detect that you have an iPhone, and it'll prompt you on showing you how to actually install the app on your iPhone. It's not on the Apple Play Store because they are so strict and they charge too much money for something that's crazy. So it is, but you can still install the app on your iPhone through the method of going to the website itself on your iPhone. It will detect that you have an iPhone, and then it'll prompt you on how to. A pop up will come up on how to install Bizmate on your iPhone. Okay, so the other thing, is it does have the PC app. Okay, so um, you could actually install the app on your PC as well. Like I have it on my PC. As you can see up here, it says open in app. So I do have, and if I click that, see the app opens. So, and there you go. I have it on the app, right? So I could close that, and I'll stay on the browser itself. It did kick me out, so let me go back to it because Booking Chair is the other one that I will definitely show you after Bizmate. These are the two platforms that I want you to understand. Okay, so let me go back down to Bizmate. Okay, so okay, so then we click on that, right? So we're clicking on Bizmate, and again, I'm gonna go down. I do have a dummy account on Bizmate. I do have a dummy account which I'm gonna show you how it actually works. I will go through basically all the tools that it has, so that way you could understand how it actually works. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you guys stranded. All right, let me get a little bit of more water. Hmm. Exactly what I needed. All right, so continuing with Bizmate dot work, right? We call it Bizmate. Now, these are some of the tools. I'm not gonna say every tool because it has a lot more than what is mentioned on the front page. But these are some of the tools that Bizmate has to offer. So, for example, you have HR tools. And again, if you are a one person um, employee, a company, and you're your own employee, that's fine. Utilize Bizmate that way, and then as you grow, you have these tools at your disposal. Okay, if you ever need, if when your company grows, if you ever need to actually hire people, you will have this at your disposal. Okay, you have employee management tools. Again, if you're a one person employee, one person company like I am, that's fine. Bizmate is it's gonna help you grow, and once you grow, you're gonna need these tools. They're gonna already be there for you to start adding employees once you start hiring them. Okay, and speaking about hiring them, you have the recruiter tools. So the recruiter tools is actually a recruiter. There's a recruiter module on Bizmate that actually has recruiting tools. So you can post jobs, you can check out who applies, um, you can see the applicants, the candidates, the most ones that are like most likely to be a perfect candidate for that position. Um, you could actually, see everything. And the good thing about the recruiting tools is that it has a website that it'll list all the jobs that you post, and it'll give a description. You could edit that on how you ever want to. You could even add your company logo. You can add your company a nice backdrop for the recruiting website where all the jobs that you list will be posted and candidates could apply at. And then you have two options. It'll give you an iframe code, right? That you can go ahead and put it on your website and it will show up, or you have a link to the recruiting page that you can put on your website as, like, for example, a link that says career, and they click on that. You put that link, they click on that, and it'll open the recruiting website. So it does have a lot of advantage for you to grow your company and become successful, especially with hiring with hiring people. uh Give me a second here. All right, now you also got client management tools. And let me check something real quick. Cancel. All right. All right. So give me a second. I'm just trying to get a better. I keep getting some errors. Mm. Okay. Streaming. Okay, my bit rate. So yeah, so I have to raise my bit rate up. So it was telling me. Let me see. So it says 26 recommend is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend you set your stream to 6800. So I'm gonna put 6800, right? Because that's what YouTube is recommending me to do, and hopefully I could do this live. I don't have to shut it down and read and come back. 68. That's what they said, right? So I'll put 70. How about that? Use custom buffer size. Boo, 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 boo. Use this. You say fast. Um, Let me apply that and let's see if now we're good to go with my stream health, because I want this to be good, right? And not poor. All right. So hopefully that takes effect. And now, where were we? Oh yeah. So we are actually. Oh yeah, I think it did change because it changed the view duration and whatnot. All right. So it also has client management tools. So with Bizmate, you could actually have import your customers into the database, and all your clients and everything like that. So you'll actually have a database of all your customers. You could and listen. I always said whoever is running a business and it is not saving their customer information into a database, you're doing it wrong. That is not how successful businesses are being built today. Okay, successful businesses are being built by creating a database of all your customers so that you can keep them as repeated customers. You don't want to have a customer as a one-time customer. You know, if they needed you the first time, they're going to need you later on again. And you don't want to give that opportunity to your competitors. You want to go ahead and get that. You know, you want to go ahead and get uh, that money. That's all we can say, you know? So what you want to do, so what you want to do is you want to actually, you know, have the database, have the database complete with your customer, with your clients' information. That way, it later on, you can advertise, you can send out discounts, you could do all this and that, and you have all their information there. If they repeatedly called you for, you know, another service or whatnot, and they want to be repeated customers, you don't have to um, try to remember who this customer is, and you don't have to input this data all over again, you know, to service them. It's already there. And what makes it better, even better, what makes it better by having this client management tool is the fact that once you create your customer's profile, there's gonna be a section where you can allow them to go ahead and log in into their customer account. And this is perfect for those that want their customers to view their account, to view their projects, pay their invoices, most importantly, pay their invoices online, which they can do anytime. Some customers, let's say you service a customer, if you're doing services as your business, some customers come home late, you know, so and they sometimes hop on a computer, they can log into their customer portal and then pay their invoice, you know, and while you're probably sleeping, they can do that. So you want to give them the ability to pay their invoices online through their customer portal because that is very important. You want to facilitate, you know, your customers' experience. You want to make sure that they are, you know, having the best experience possible dealing with you and your business. And it's not frustrating for them on even paying an invoice or signing a contract or anything like that. Little stuff that they could actually do through their customer portal. If there's an issue and something arises while providing a service to a customer and something happens, right? So then they could log into their account and they could actually open up a customer service ticket with you. And what you once they do that, you'll get an email alerting you that there is a ticket that has been opened from a customer. And what you want to do is you want to take care of that ticket as soon as possible, very promptly, so that you could keep your customers happy. That is called customer service, and you want to make sure that you are very on top of customer service. Now, this is one of the great and most used tools that Bismate has, and it's actually the ticket system, because that will allow you to resolve any issues, uprising issues, or anything that you may have with a customer, right? Um, as you can see, we live in a digital world, and where everybody, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, um, Amazon, they all have a ticketing system. So if there's an issue, you can submit a ticket, right? And they will respond back to you promptly. And this is the best way to do customer service, um, and make sure that everything's taken care of through the account portal. Now, another thing that you will have, and this will be under the work module. You're gonna have project management tools. So basically, um, anything that has to do with the project, the task, everything that has to do with work, that what you're doing. You're gonna be able to actually create projects, create tasks, and the customer will be able to see those on their account and see the progress as you go. Very beautiful. They love that. They're in the loop of what's going on with their project. They know when who's working on it, when it started, when it's gonna be finished, and all that stuff. So you can also upload photos, progress photos as you go, and customers could see that. And then the other one is the letter generator. So with the letter generator, this is one of my favorite ones as well. It actually generates a professional written letter, right, based on what you need. So if it's a joining letter that you want to send out to an employee, a welcome letter, a whatever it is, it already it does it. You just pick out which one that you need, fill out like the which employee is gonna go to. So it's actually a drop down, and you pick which employee is gonna go to the letter, and it'll automatically fill out the rest. So you don't have to do anything. Just pick what employee this is going out to. And again, if you're a one person employee, if you're a one person business like I am, and you don't have any other employees working for you, you may not you don't need this tool right now. But the fact that it's there for when you grow and you do hire people, that's beautiful, because you don't gotta go to another program. This platform, Bizmate, already has everything that you need to grow your business. You can start it. You can start it, right, as a solo employee, as a one person um, business, like I did. And then the beautiful thing is you can scale up with the platform, and then have all this HR tools, employee management tools, recruiter tools, project management, letter generators, employee awards. So you could actually, it has employee awards. So you can actually award your employees for doing a great job. That is good. It creates company morale, right? It keeps them up and going, motivated. So you could actually award them if they're doing a good job. Hey, Jose, you're doing a great job. So they get an employee award on their portal, and all the employees, everybody, will be able to see it and congratulate them as well. And you could give them like a day off, or a gift card or something, whatever it is, a bonus. So yeah, so you could do employee awards. You could send estimates. You could send invoices. You could send contracts, proposals. Okay, so you can do all that, and that all that will be on the finance module. So you drop down from that, and then you're gonna see estimates, invoices, contract proposals, and all that good stuff, right? You could also get paid online. So now the free license, when you sign up, you won't have the ability um to get paid online, but you would have to upgrade, obviously, um to the other tier, which is only like $50 a month. It's not really that much. I got the corporate and tier, and I actually pay every year for it, because I don't want to, you know, I'll forget every month if I do it every month. I got to do it once a year. But you could do it monthly. You could do it yearly, and it's very inexpensive. Compared that you're getting all these tools to look professional and conduct your business professionally. But not only that, it's also an investment to your business. So $50 a month to $3,000 a year is not really that much, compared to the growth that your business is actually gonna have, right? Um, and then you also get financial tools, like I was talking to you earlier. The financial tools is a module that you're gonna get all the finances. You could also do payroll. Like I said, you don't need an accountant. You could do payroll. You could do expenses, generate the reports. the income, and you could do the verses, so expenses versus income, all that good stuff. The the best part about this is that it actually integrates with your existing website, which is also good. And like I was telling you earlier, it does include the job portal, and the job portal makes it easy for candidates to apply. They could search for jobs and apply within your company for the open positions, and you will get an email of all the people that have applied, and you could pick out the best candidates for that. It does sync with QuickBooks, Google Calendar, Zoom, and Slack for notifications. I don't use QuickBooks because, like I said, the platform itself does the accounting for you, and you could also add your bank account in it, and you have your expenses and your income reports. So that's all I need. So I don't really need to use QuickBooks. But bigger companies out there, they do use QuickBooks, so you could actually integrate it with sync it in with your QuickBooks, and that'll help you out. Also, I do use the Google Calendar because I think it's very beneficial. I love Google Calendar. It keeps me on point. It keeps me like basically where I need to be every day. Zoom, I do use Zoom from now and then because I do life coaching. Business coaching. So I do use Zoom very often. And Slack, I do not use Slack, but for those who have Slack and use it, you could actually sync Slack with it. Okay. So this is pretty much the whole, like, pretty much rundown of Bismate. And this is actually a business in a box, and it's the future of your business. And for those people who are serious about opening their own business, if you're serious to start your business, or if you currently have a business right now and you're looking to scale it, this is the perfect opportunity to get your free license and automate your business right now, because I'm telling you, a lot of licenses are being sold right now, and you want to make sure that you grab yours. So once you sign up, you can sign up for free and get your free license. And like I said, the free license is very limited. It only allows one person, one employee, which is you, the business owner, and that'll be fine if you're a solo business owner. You could start off with that, but you will not have the features of getting paid online. Like if a customer wants to pay their invoice online through their customer portal, you would have to upgrade for that. But you do get to send estimates. You do get to import your clients with the free license. You do get to send invoices and contracts, but you don't get the letter generator. You don't get the employee awards, and I don't think you get the reporting tools. And you're very limited to some financial tools on the finance module. So I will go ahead and log in into my dummy account just so you guys can see how this actually works. Okay. And if you hit on sign up for free, it'll take you to the sign up page. Basically, very simple. Just put your company name, your name, email address, your password. I'm not a robot. Accept the terms and hit sign up. Okay? That's all you basically have to do there. Once you create your account, you're automatically let me log in. You will automatically be taken to your dash portal. So as I log in, you can see that this is what you will see when you log in. And this is the same thing that your employees are going to see when they log in. They're going to be greeted with their private dashboard, their employee dashboard, and they're going to see their shift schedule, and this is set by you, their week time logs, their tasks, their projects, and they could clock in and clock out. Okay. So this is the private dashboard that you as an employee and your employees as your employees are gonna be greeted with once they log in. So, for example, a regular day of work would be I log in, right, and then I clock in, and I hit clock in, and then you choose the location. You're gonna have a default location. Your first location is always going to be the default location, but if you have other locations for your business that you want to drop down and click on what location you're working from today. And then you're working from where? The office, the home, or other, right? So I'm working from home today, so I just click on home. And then I am on the general shift, and this is my time and when I'm clocking in. So I just say clock in, and then I am clocked in. So my attendance is now being recorded, right? So now you see that the clock in button has become a clock out button right there. So now you could clock out when you're done working, and it'll record your time for today, for Wednesday, right? So, and if you want to change the shift, you could go to employee shift, right? And then you could hit on the action edit button right there. And then you could even change the name of the shift. So if it's like general shift, graveyard shift, mid shift, whatever you want to put there, you could actually put there. You could do general, like little short codes. So GS stands for general shift. If it's mid shift, you want to put MS, and so on and so on, right? You could color code it. Say if you have different shifts going on, you could practically pick a color for different shifts. So you don't get confused, and your employees don't get confused as well, right? We don't like confusion. Now you can pick when the shift starts. So the start time on this shift, on general shift, is 7 in the morning, and the end time is 3 p.m. There is a half a day mark time at 1:45, which that's the lunch, right? What does this mean? Early clock in minutes. Well, early clock in minutes actually means that they could clock in 10 minutes before 7 o'clock. That's as early as they can clock in. They cannot clock in any earlier than 8:50. I'm sorry, 6:50. 6:50. Now, late mark after minutes. 5 means, right? 5 means that if it's 7:05, the shift starts at 7 and it's 7:05, well, they're marked late. So late mark after minutes. So if I put 10 minutes here at 7:10, if the shift starts at 7 and they clock in at 7:10, then guess what? They're late, right? Maximum check-in allowed in a day. So this is how many times they could clock in and clock out in one day. So it's 2 by default, because you want the first clock in is going to be, and clock out is going to be when you start the shift, and then the second one is going to be when you go to lunch. Okay. Now, office opens on, and then you can pick out your days, your work days for this shift. Okay, so this shift is the regular shift is Monday through Saturday, but let's say we want to make it just Monday through Friday, so we uncheck that, right? And now we're making it Monday through Friday. And then you could actually do a weekend shift aside of this. So if I just do Monday through Friday on the general shift and I hit save, then what I can actually do is go back to the employee shift and give me a second. That's I would have to go to I think it's HR shift roster. You go to HR, you go to shift roster, and then you could assign bulk shift. Give me a second. Department employees. Okay, so no. Give me a second. I'm getting there. Timesheet. Is it timesheet? No, that's login time. I'm telling you, it has a lot of modules. It has a lot of stuff here. So let's go back to work. Maybe work. Contract, project, timesheet. No. Employees, leave, shift roster, attendance. Okay, so I'm thinking it is shift roster, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the for the general shift that we already have. So you could also do here as well. On the create new on the plus sign, you can add a project, add a task, add a client, add an employee, add a payment, create a ticket or bookings. We'll go through that in a few, but right now, let's see. Okay, let me go to. These are the employees on HR, right? Employees. You can add them there. Leaves, shift roster, and we were there. It's not there. Attendance. Okay, well, we'll go through that. Holiday, designation, appreciation. Okay, so it's not here. Work, contract, timesheet. I know it's not timesheet. This is to log in a time, just in case somebody didn't clock in or clock out, and you need to correct that. Finance, you have everything here, and then orders, tickets, event, message, notice board, assets, performance. We'll keep going down because there's a lot. Let me go to the dashboard. Private dashboard. I know it has. These are sticky notes, right? Yep. Sticky notes, start timer. All right. So employee shift, and we are. Let me see. I think I missed. This is edit. Edit general shift. Okay. Got that. Let me see. Maybe the advanced dashboard. And that's another thing. You as a business owner, you get two dashboards. You get the employee dashboard because you are an employee of your own business, and you get this dashboard, which is the advanced dashboard, which is a breakdown of your entire business, giving you the whole breakdown of it. Your employees do not have this dashboard. Only you will have this dashboard. Now, clients, leads. This is the clients. You can add your clients there. HR, employee. You can add your employees there. Leaves. If there's a new leave, if there's an employee requesting a leave, it'll be there. You can add it there. Shift roster. Okay, so department, multiple, consider multiple days. The shift will be overwritten. Department. Add shift roster. So I believe this is the one. put Roger Rabbit on that shift. Mm-hmm. Day of shift roster. Time bulk shift. Employee shift. No. You can select multiple dates. Okay. So what the heck? Attendance. Mark attendance. Import. Okay. Holiday. Designation. Supervisor. Department. Okay. Appreciation work. Now let me check my. Pretty sure I'm missing something here. Let me go to my settings. Let me go down to my modules. Let me see here. Modules. Huh. All right. So I have invoices, employees, attendance, leave, order. All right. So I do have all the modules turned on. Which is weird, but I'll tell you that. Okay. So it should have been under HR. Shift roster. Okay. So let's go back to the dashboard. I'm gonna go. You got to go back to the private dashboard. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Let me clock out. I'm not mistaken. Okay. So employee shift. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. Employee shift. General shift. Default. Edit. And this is where you edit it, right? But you go to HR, shift roster. Okay. Day of general shift. Assign bulk. Existing shift will be overwritten. All right, let's try this. I might be overthinking it too much here. Let's do that. Assign shift, multiple date by date. You can select multiple dates. All right, so let's do that. Actually, no, this is assigning a shift to the employee. So we don't. This is when you want to assign a shift to the employee. Specific shift. Attendance. Holiday. All right. So basically, once I figure it out, I will definitely guide you through that one. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something here. Let me see. Okay. So that's pretty much, and you could do you like I said, you could do different shifts. Um, I would go down the whole module thing and actually show you guys how to do that as well. But for now, I will show you the other ones, the other modules that we have here. So this is the HR module, and the HR module is going to give you like the employees, the leaves, the shift roster, attendance, holidays, designation, department, and appreciation. Appreciation is pretty much like if you're gonna show you know, if employee is doing very good, then if they're doing very good at their job, you want to show appreciation. So you click on that. You want to add an appreciation, right? It could be an award or something. Um, and then it'll be like award, and you could say whatever, like employee of the month, given to. You drop down the menu of which employee you want to give it to. We're going to give it to Roger Rabbit. The date that it was issued, a summary of why they want it, and a photo of the employee, um, right here. Or and let's say you want to put a photo there. Um, I just put this photo there and hit save. I think the photo is for the award that is required. So let me add one. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna give them a thumbs up. Employee of the month, right? Employee of the month, and you can pick the color too, whatever color you want for the icon. So if you want a thumbs up, or if you want a trophy, you could give them a trophy, and then a summary. Congratulations, congratulations, Lay- so, congratulations. All right, and I'm just keeping it short and simple for now. Employee of the month, and we want to hit save. Then once you do that, it's gonna save it, and everybody's gonna see that, and you could view it there, and the employees could see it, and you could put a photo there of whatever it is. Um, it could be of the employee itself, or whatever prize you're giving them, and then it says award date, summary, given to, and the photo. Okay, you can edit or delete it. And the good thing is that when your employee logs in, they'll be able to see that. They're going to get an email notification as well that they've been awarded. Now, I'm still trying to mess with this stuff here. HR, if roster. Mm. 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 So basically, I give myself the day off on Monday. So as you can see, I got a notification right there That's the great thing about this program. Also, it sends automatically quick notifications um, to your customers and employees, and to yourself as a business owner about everything that happens on the portal. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with this just because I want to see what happens. Oh, okay. I don't want to do that now. I gave them for the whole day. Okay, so that's the general shift and day off. General shift, day off. It was up there when I did this. I knew I saw employee shift. Click on that, default action, general shift, boom, 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 save, cancel. All right. So the birthday section is pretty cool as well because it actually breaks down all the birthdays. So if you have employees, you will not forget their birthdays. It actually breaks it down right there and then, which is pretty cool. So you could give them a day off or whatever it is, that you want to do for their birthday and congratulate them. Now, right here, it shows the employee appreciations. Remember that we gave Roger Rabbit um, a trophy for we awarded them for being the employee of the month, right? So you see how employee appreciations is gonna be there. They're gonna see it. Everybody that logs in, all your employees will be able to see that, which is awesome. They could congratulate that person. This will show you all the people that are on work from home today, the people that have anniversaries of the joining dates, notice of period duration, the probation dates, and all that stuff. When you got new employees that are on probation, um, and you have contract days, internship days, notices, and a lot more. You got a calendar, which you could do month and see everything for the whole entire month. Keep you up to date with what's going on. Pretty much has everything, like I said, everything that you need to help your business grow and succeed. You have sticky notes. You could search real quick for stuff if you ever need to. Let's say you have like so much data and you gotta comb through projects and whatnot. Um, so I just got the email of the congratulations. You have been awarded for Roger Rabbit. Shift has been assigned. So so you get all these emails and stuff for notifications when the shift schedules and all that stuff. You got sticky notes as well, so you can add a note, whatever it is to keep you reminded. You could color code it, right? Keep you reminded of what's going on. You could start a timer if you're working on a project. You could go ahead and start a timer on there, and then you could select the project from the drop down and the task. Okay, or you could create a new task, put a memo, and start the timer. Say you're working on a project that's paying you hourly for it or whatever, then you could do that's what that will come in hand for. Here on the plus sign, basically, this is like a little shortcut for you to add um, a whole bunch of stuff. So you can add a project, add tasks, client, employee, payment, create tickets, and bookings. So you can see right there, bookings is pretty much what we're going to be talking about as far as booking chair.com. Okay, so that'll take you to that. And these are your notifications. So your shifts have been assigned, and then you can click on your notifications and it'll take you where you need to be. And obviously your log out button right there, your clock in, your clock out, your widgets dashboard. So if you don't want to see all this stuff when you log in, you could actually just say, okay, well, I don't care whose birthday it is today, so I'm going to take that widget out. So just uncheck that, click save, and now you don't have birthdays. So see, it goes to employee appreciation and the birthdays are gone. But if you like all the widgets, you want to be in the know of what's going on with everything that's going on in your business, and you can click on everything and you can see birthdays and everything else. All right, guys. Make sure you follow me so you can know when I'm gonna be live again. I'm gonna go ahead and run a couple of errands, and then I will be back tonight, so I can go ahead and explain the other tool, the other platform, which is bookingchair.com. Okay, and we'll go through bookingchair.com as well, and we'll revisit bizmate.work for those that missed it.